Hello everybody in YouTube land, welcome! Fantasy Flight Games announced on the 30th of October, Parallel Father Mateo. So we're checking this out here, reading the article for the first time, seeing what this guy is all about, as I always do with these Parallel Investigators when they come out. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Parallel Father Mateo does. I know vaguely what he does. I know it revolves around blessed tokens as the kind of thing, which makes sense because he existed kind of before blessed tokens were actually a thing, so it's cool to see him actually like start to play with the archetype a little bit. Notably as well, I think Father Mateo is a pretty good pull. I've been making a lot of content about if Father Mateo is actually pretty playable now, but I still welcome a Parallel Investigator. I think Parallel Investigators, for the ones that have been on the lower in the tier list, for like me personally, are a little bit more engaging than like alternate versions of the ones that are very powerful. Yeah, and notably as well, I like with Parallel Father Mateo, they kind of just show, like, we don't have an order for this, we're just going to make them as we get ideas for them. So it's going to be, like, one of those things. Alright, you rub your tired eyes. The horrors and atrocities you've witnessed in the jungle have only fed your doubts of the divine. Suddenly, you have a realization. The power to endure is within each and every one of us. Instead of waiting for an all-powerful hand's direction, you can help awaken this strength in others. You will champion those around you, and you will guide them out of the darkness. Presenting the return of Father Mateo as the latest Parallel Investigator for Arkham Horror the card game. There he is! Everyone loves Father Mateo. Guidance from within. Originally appearing as a beacon of hope in the Forgotten Age, Father Mateo returns just when Arkham needs him most. By empowering those to find their eternal strength, Father Mateo is able to seal a blessed token on an investigator at his location. The next time that investigator would reveal a token, they can resolve the blessed token on their investigator card instead. The blessed token is then released back into the bag, where it may continue to affect other tests throughout the game. Whoa, it goes back into the bag. Okay. Alright. Parallel Father Mateo, 4-3-2-3-6-8. Believer and a warden. Traits matter now, folks. Lightning Bolt. During your turn, seal a blessed token on investigator location with no blessed tokens sealed on them, limit once per round. So you just get to take it out of the bag. You don't need to do anything fancy. You can just, like, you are blessed. When an investigator would reveal a chaos token, resolve the blessed token sealed on them instead, and then release that token. Elder Sign effect +1. Resolve Father Mateo's lightning bolt ability, ignoring its limit. Okay. I'm just percolating on this for a tiny bit. Just percolating on this. Kind of just seeing what this gets for me. Just being able to put a blessed token on is really good. So you still have to reveal another token. So it's basically he's handing out unexpected courages every turn. Once per round, he can hand out something. Probably it's best on himself with Ancient Covenant, or an Investigator with Ancient Covenant, or Investigator with Blessed Synergy if we're talking about from a pure power game and standard. But let's see what else. Before we get into it, let's just see what else we got. And Father Mateo does not return alone. And improve the Codex of Ages now may either seal out the Elder Sign or up to 3 Blessed tokens, allowing Father Mateo to release the Blesses on command. The benefit of sealing a token on the Codex is improved as well. Instead of providing just +1 willpower, all the Father Mateo skills receive +1 as long as a token is sealed on the Codex of Ages. That's actually a pretty good change. I'd wager that if this was printed how the original Codex was, if it was like a Crystalline Elder Sign, which has the same thing, you can seal a +1 or an Elder Sign to get +1 to all your skills. That seems much better. So Father Mateo deck only advanced, seal the Elder Sign or up to 3 Blessed tokens. You get +1 for each of your skills while there is a token sealed here. When an investigator location would reveal a chaos token from the chaos bag, that investigator resolves a token sealed here instead, then releases that token. I kind of enjoy this use of the as you said, where's Waldrop? This changes to resolving the tokens twice. Oops, he went too far. Unrelenting? I guess he can play Unrelenting. Like how, it's the same sort of thing. You resolve it here, then release that token, so it doesn't get removed from the bag, which is really cool. I think that's a really interesting sort of thing there for Father Mateo. Okay, let's keep this going before we get too deep into this. I do actually wish, though, the +1 to all skills seems like pretty fair for Codex of Ages. I understand that the idea is that it's an Elder Sign puller, but it was a little bit weak, I think. Unfortunately, with such powerful tools and abilities within Mateo's reach, the power of the mythos has also risen to match his new strength. Serpents of Yig are back, but with an improved overall stat line. In addition, their revelation effects. The revelation effect is now targets each and out-of-play blessed tokens, as well as the Elder Sign token. When the Serpents of Yig are in play, no blessed tokens may be added to the bag or sealed, so defeating them should always be a priority. No hope can last while Yig stirs. 3/4/3. The other one, what, was a 2/3/2? Something like that. Advanced Prey, Father Mateo only. Hunter, search the Chaos Bag in all play areas for the Elder Sign token and each Blessed token and seal them on Serpents of Yig. This MFer is the most cursed guy I've ever seen. Honestly, I wish they added the curse trait just to, like, really run that in. I don't understand why Serpents of Yig work for Father Mateo. Is it maybe like Satan was a snake in that one, like the Garden of Eden? That's how Satan showed himself. So it's like maybe that's why it's the Serpent of Yig. But I would love it if this is cursed, because this does feel like a cursed effect. I love it. I think it's a nice change though. It's a big boost. Is it a big enough boost for the new Codex of Ages? Probably. And Father Mateo is still a mystic, right? So he can still just play what he wants. The last and final change to Father Mateo is his deck building requirements. He is now able to take blessed cards between levels 0 to 5, as well as cards that seal between levels 0 to 5. Interesting. This allows him to take on a new role as a support character for other investigators, or grant himself greater control over the chaos of the mythos. Mateo's new ability is uniquely suited to his power cards like Ofuda, an Evanescent Ascension, especially when paired with Favor of the Sun. Yes, obviously. With the new quick access to cards like Blessed Blade and in Unrelenting, Father Mateo becomes a force to be reckoned with. So, Blessed 0-5, Seal 0-5. Okay, we're going to check those out in this video as well. Father Mateo is ready to guide lost souls with his brand new Parallel and Advanced cards. And remember, you can mix and match his Parallel front and back with his original front and back, giving you a ton of versatility in how you create a deck for him. If you want to try, you can download the cards. Let's download the cards. So deck size 30, Mystic 0 to 3. Okay, so he still gets a lot of good stuff. Bless cards 0 to 5. Dude, this honestly, I think like all of these new Parallel Investigators, they obviously did a lot with Blessed and Cursed because they were probably kind of designed in tandem with Feast of Hemlock Vale and all that. But Parallel Wendy, man, she just doesn't fit. I think the other ones are a little bit more, like, focused, but Parallel Wendy, I do not understand that investigator. I wish they would make, like, a Parallel Wendy, because I don't think she makes any sense still. I think that this, obviously, him being blessed kind of makes sense. Let's check out some cards. Yeah, Perpendicular Wendy. Yeah, exactly, right? All right. We have this. I would like to search by card text seal. Let's start there. So I imagine that this is going to be actually pretty barren. I imagine that this is going to be pretty barren. But Agnes, no, sorry, not Agnes, Agatha, the other AG. Wow. Agnes is no longer going to be the lead investigator. That's so sad. Is she going to... Wow, she's going to get usurped. Agnes Baker has held this slot since release, but she is now going to get replaced by Agatha Crane. Times, they are a-changing. Anyways, let's look at Seal. But yeah, so I imagine that this is going to actually be pretty barren. But we're going to get a boost to this when Drowned City comes out, because I imagine we're going to see some of that in Agatha Crane's whole thing, because that's kind of what Agatha Crane does. All right. I also like the theming of helping the Sealing Blessed tokens, which you can read upside down. If you just turn your phone upside down, you'll be able to read this. This works really well, I think, for the flavor of Father Mateo. I agree, Monocle Man. I think it's really good. Alright, what are we doing? Searching for seals. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. I'm, like... I understand that there's a little bit of also, like, cross I want to say it sounds harsher than I intended to, but like cross contamination when it comes to these parallel investigators, like Father Mateo and Zoe, parallel Zoe sharing the similar blessed thing, means that there is a chance that they might play very similarly, but I think that like we can give a pass for that for parallel investigators. I'd rather they'd save like the really unique designs for actual official investigators. That's my personal thought on it. Unrelenting's kind of sick. There really isn't much though. Holy Spear, be fun to play like Holy Spear, Father Mateo, and Holy Spear, Sister Mary, or like Nun with a Gun, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the new stuff, but it's mostly just Mystic cards still. Okay. And then we also have Blessed. And we've seen a lot of these cards, and there is a good chunk of them. I guess not, actually. There's only 12. This seemed... Oh, and see, I was like, something seems wrong here. I was like, that is not accurate. I'm like, there's something that's not correct with how this is. I was like, there's no way I've been playing this game for this long. And I was like, there's only 12 blessed cards? No. Yeah, okay, so now we're cooking. So this is like original Father Mateo. Original Father Mateo, for people who don't know, I'm pretty sure you can play up to level 4. Up to level 3. Okay, so he's getting 2 entire new levels. Basically, these two have swapped, which is really nice. Hallowed Mirror, interesting. Empty Vessel. I mean, I feel like there's a good build for like a combat Father Mateo, right? I think there's some, like, he only has 2. But I mean, like, with his, I mean, maybe not, though, because using the brain, I think he's like, you're hinging a lot on the blessed tokens that you can seal, right? Like, obviously, once we get to, you know what, the problematic card from Innsmouth for Bless, it's going to make him very good, I think, right? Ancient Covenant, this one. Basically, he means that he can pass 1 test per turn, which is usually pretty good. Especially with the likes of the new, like basically you can build a Kohaku deck, the one that I built with the Read the Signs, and like Spectral Razor to just loop those forever. Like that seems pretty good. And he just has that like built into his kit, right? Like he can just like do that. And then you just play the Ancient Covenant and you can just like pass 1 test a turn. And then you even get to put the token back into the bag. So it's like essentially infinite, right? Like it actually is like essentially infinite. It is infinite. Oh shoot. It never ends. So you seal it 1 turn. You seal it 1 turn. You then next turn use the Spectral Razor. Put this back, and then you can just put it back in. So you actually never lose it. That's a little bit spooky. That is kind of like super efficient. Infinites are particularly good in card games. Let me just check out. Does he also remove cards that are sealed on cards? And all play areas. Okay. So like he slows it down temporarily, which is nice. Assuming there are no other tests. What does that mean? What do you mean by there's no other tests? Because if I'm reading this right, I'm talking about just like the looping of the, like a Read the Signs or Spectral Razor. Which is really, admittedly, only I think like really good at like 2, maybe 3 player. Is this only an infinite loop if you don't test and lose the token on the next test? Why would I lose the token though? Because like I can choose when I would resolve it, right? I don't need, it's not forced. It's a reaction that I can choose to pull the token off of me when I want to. So it essentially is infinite. with you if you're trying to do like an Ancient Covenant, like specifically that kind of loop. I do like that the snake seals it from him, so like you have to like fight this guy without your sealed blessed tokens. I think that's like really nice design. But I think this is less an issue for me personally with our boy Parallel Father Mateo. I'm not gonna blame the enabler. I'm gonna blame the payoff, right? If there's no blessed tokens left in the bag, you lose it. Yeah, I mean, but how do you can't lose the blessed token with him, right? You don't lose the blessed token with his ability. You release it. So you're like, you resolve the blessed token. It doesn't get removed from the cup. It gets put back into the bag. You release the token, and then you just put it on him again. Right? Like, I'm reading that release that token right, correct? Yeah, after one turn, you have to set it up. Yeah, you have to set it up. Like, you have to do the one setup turn to seal it on them, but then when he gets it, he basically just goes infinite. But again, I'm not blaming Parallel Father Mateo for that, or his little Codex of Ages or anything like that. I'm blaming Ancient Covenant. I think Ancient Covenant might need to get, like, tweaked. I think that this card is, like... I think this card's an issue now. I think it's actually been an issue for a while, TBH. I think it's like just been like way too strong compared to the other covenants. But we're not here to do that. You have to be in one location to seal? Pardon? Like, yeah, for other investigators, but I think once again, I'm talking about Father Mateo looping with Read the Signs, the upgraded Read the Signs, or an upgraded Spectral Razor. You could just go last and seal at the start of the Mythos phase and never lose it. You could, yep. You could. Assuming that there's that one in there. But I mean, I feel like it's just easier to just like take the one setup turn, right? I think we're splitting hairs right there. I think both of it's like one of those things. I think it's like, it's very easy to get this set up. Like, it doesn't really matter the order in which you do it, right? Because basically, once you get one on them, you can, like, never lose the blessed token on him. For one test a turn. This is all speaking also with the intention of one test a turn. All right, let's check out some more blessed tokens. Sad. Sad, can't play the level 0. So I guess you're kind of just looking for like payoff stuff, right? Like things like Ofuda to get stuff in there is nice. I think like combat is like the most exciting way to build him, but I think also like True Mystic is probably just the best way to build him, right? I do like, he does feel like very different, because even though I disagree with what you're saying in chat about him like still probably fishing for his Elder Sign, I think it's not that exciting compared to the other one. Like, I think if you're still doing like other mystic stuff that cares about token fishing, it's worth it. But I think there's still a big enough identity between both original Father Mateo and Parallel Father Mateo, which I personally really enjoy. Yeah, Ofuda does actually seem kind of sick with him, right? Ofuda actually does seem particularly interesting with Parallel Father Mateo. They shouted him out in the article. Plus is charged the first time a blessed token is via location each round. Choose an all enemy spell and charge. I mean, that seems like really good. Resolve the token. Okay. Again, we're going to talk about, like, the weird Arkham language here, but, like, you're resolving, but you're not actually revealing, so would it technically trigger Ofuda? But yes, just assume it works as you think it does, right? But actually, that does seem pretty interesting. Does the snake have any keywords? Hunter. No. Doesn't even get rid of Hunter. I mean, it's probably nice because you're going to be fighting a little bit scrappy if you're not trying to, like, just break him and, like, retaliate. Getting rid of retaliate seems pretty alright. Aloof, actually, like, just being able to, like, use this to just grab aloof enemies forever is pretty good. I like it. I think it's interesting for sure. I feel like Ofuda actually, like, reasonably could have a phone here, a home here. That's weird, too, because they seem to indicate that Ofuda and Evanescent combo with his ability. Okay, I got a secret for everybody at home. I think that, like, the people playing the game get a lot more nitpicky with the rules than the people making the game. So to them, this is the same as revealing. And I think that, like, we should also take that logic more often as people playing the game. Because to me, it's the same thing. Yeah, like, you're going to be... When you would reveal a Chaos token, resolve the Blessed token sealed on them instead, so you're revealing that token, release that token instead. Is there actually something for resolve? Let's see if there's anything under resolve in the rules. Because sometimes there is. No, they don't have one. Okay. Reveal? Okay, I'm bored. I'm not going through there. I gotta go outside today. I gotta go get groceries. I'm not here to dig into the rules. Okay. I think this is pretty sick. I think that it's kind of neat. Again, I'm gonna just stress that I feel like you can do a very boring, very strong deck with him and Ancient Covenant. I think Ancient Covenant probably should be tabooed in a way that is, I think it should be mutated. I don't know. The card's just, like, pretty powerful. And, like, it's, like, head and shoulders above, like, every other Covenant. I don't know. But I think Parallel Father Mateo is pretty neat. I think he's a pretty cool design. I think he's a really neat little parallel investigator, and I'm excited to build with him. I love the flavor for it. He's like, I mean, like, I honestly, like, I wish this concept of sealing tokens on investigators was, like, codified in a way that they could be like, if you have a token sealed on your investigator, you may reveal it instead of a token from your bag, right? I think that would be really cool, because then, like, you could have, like, things like Holy Water, which place blessed tokens on investigators, right? Like, I wish that was just, like, a rule, right? Where, like, if you have a token sealed on your investigator, you may reveal that token, you must reveal that token the next time you reveal a token, or something like that. I don't know, I just feel like something like that would be really flavorful, because I think this Father Mateo is a really nice story for the investigator, right? Like, he's like, you are blessed, God loves you, right? I think that's really cool. Yeah, I think this is pretty sweet. Well, there we go. We have another parallel investigator in the books. Huge thank you to all of our patrons for supporting us. And huge thank you to everyone who's watching. There will be a deck list video for this coming out in the near future. And then there also will be a gameplay where we can see Parallel Father Mateo in action. So that should be pretty fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. And as always, a GG's.